I'm a big proponent of gold as an asset class. I think we're going to enjoy a prolonged bull run in the gold price for many years because inflation's quite entrenched. And it's because inflation's entrenched that I've decided I don't want to run a producer today. Costs are upwardly dynamic in the mining industry. Reserves are declining. The pie is shrinking. But juniors and advanced developers are looking for capital more than ever because equity capital markets have been shut down for them for many years. It's been a nuclear winter for the junior explorers and developers. The royalty companies fill an important gap in funding for exploration, mine development. And what we're trying to do is create a royalty company of critical mass with access to low-cost capital that we can then deploy into producers, developers, and explorers that are looking to advance their projects into production. And by doing that, we're creating a royalty play that has top-line exposure, protection from inflation, and leverage to the exploration success of our underlying operating partners. Well, simply put, it provides top-line exposure. You get a percentage of the revenue while protecting you from inflation in operating costs and capital costs at the mine site. Once you own a royalty, it's bought and paid for. There are no capital calls. There's no demands on our technical skills, on our balance sheet. It provides us infinite upside and optionality to the exploration success of the operators and to the success of their operations. There's actually no limit to the diversification we can achieve within a royalty vehicle. We could run a company 10 times the size with the same human resources that we currently have in place. And that scalability also provides very high margins. Once we're up and running at full capacity within our existing royalty portfolio, we're going to have margins north of 90%. In order to grow, we have to be in a perpetual state of due diligence, looking at opportunities to deploy our capital into promising operations, development stage projects, exploration stage projects. In order to do that, we have to leverage the depth of experience that we have within our board of management. Collectively, there's 400 years of industry experience, and it's not just capital markets experience. We have people within our board of management that have built and operated mines over multiple decades. It's that technical expertise that allows us to have a clear-eyed view of the underlying risk of what we're investing in so we can provide appropriate pricing and get an adequate rate of return for the inherent risk of those opportunities. But it also provides us, by having that 400 years of industry experience, is access to virtually everybody in the mining industry. And that's why we've been able to achieve critical mass so quickly at Gold Royalty. Our vision is to create a leading mid-tier royalty company, which is actually largely absent from the space right now. There are some large cap players, 3 of them in particular, that are really category killers in the sector, and they're trading at very rich multiples, which imply that they have significant growth ahead of them, but they're so large that growth really isn't feasible. What we can provide with a mid-tier player is a company that's liquid enough to be institutionally relevant and owned by all the large buy-side institutions in the world, but still small enough to grow meaningfully. And we think we can capture a growth multiple that'll be superior to the ones enjoyed by the senior companies in the sector.